Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss the 10 most expensive whiskeys in the world. Few goods such as wine and cheese increase in value with time. When you think of luxury alcohol, pictures of a golden liquid come to mind: whiskey. The need for matured whiskey is not new. In fact, whiskey was the preferred money among Pennsylvania citizens in the 18th century. Even now, whiskey is one of the most expensive alcoholic beverages in human history. Some people would prefer to drink whiskey to silver or gold. Some of the most costly whiskey bottles are not so much because of their taste and quality as they are because of the containers they contain. Others are pricey because they are scarce and one of a kind. As a result, if you're anticipating money soon, think about investing in some costly whiskey. Here is a list of the oldest and most costly whiskey bottles, beginning with the cheapest and ending with the most expensive. Number 1. The Macallan in Lalique, 65 years old, $107,441. The Macallan in Lalique 65 years old single malt Scotch whiskey is the least costly, but far from inexpensive. On this list, paying $107,441. This whiskey has flavors of black pepper, cloves, and toasted cocoa bean. The 65 years old whiskey is the latest in the Six Pillars collection, with just 450 individual decanters issued in 2016. Number 2. The Macallan 50 years old, $118,668. The Macallan 50 years old single malt Scotch whiskey was launched at a time when the Macallan was moving to new make techniques. It costs an average of $118,668. Its flavor profile begins with sweet vanilla, fudge, and toffee flavors, followed by black peppercorn, orange peel, and figs. Number 3. The Macallan the Red Collection, 78 years old, $121,225. The Red Collection gives homage to the different types of red that have appeared throughout the Macallan's history, and the 78 years old whiskey is now the distillery's oldest release. It has nutmeg and ginger aromas that mix with dried fruits, triple toffee, and baked apple. This single malt Scotch whiskey costs on average $121,225. Number 4. The Macallan in Lalique, 72 years old, $122,714. On average, the Macallan in Lalique 72 years old single malt Scotch whiskey costs $122,714 per bottle. Its aromas begin with peat smoke, vanilla, and wood spice, then fade to citrus fruits and apple. Only 600 decanters were made available in certain areas around the Americas, Asia-Pacific, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Number 5. Balmore Aston Martin Black Balmore DB5, $126,558. The Black Balmore DB5 single malt Scotch whiskey comes in 6th place with a price tag of $126,558. The DB5 is the 5th edition of the Black Balmore whiskey, which was made in 1964 in collaboration with the luxury car manufacturer Aston Martin. Its flavor profile comprises mango and acacia honey, as well as chocolatey espresso overtones. It's also one of the most costly whiskeys that come from the Scottish island of Islay. Number 6. Tales of the Macallan Volume I, 71 years old, $142,689. Captain John Grant and others who helped develop the Macallan legacy are honored with the Tales of the Macallan line. The Volume I 71 years old single malt Scotch whiskey has an average price of $142,689. This whiskey includes peach, apple, ginger, cloves, and yuzu notes. Number 7. The Macallan in Lalique 55 years old, $165,506. The Macallan in Lalique 55 years old single malt Scotch whiskey comes in at $165,506. It has a flavor of dried raisins and citrus, especially orange zest. This bottle is considerably more scarce than the 50 years old Macallan release with only 420 decanters in circulation. Number 8. The Macallan in Lalique 62 years old, $167,958. The price of a decanter of Macallan in Lalique 62 years old single malt Scotch whiskey is $167,958. It has a flavor profile that includes toffee, dried fruits, and fragrant spices before concluding with oak. In 2014, just 400 separate decanters were released. Number 9. The Macallan in Lalique 50 years old, $257,903. The 50 years old Macallan single malt whiskey from Scotland is the runner-up, costing $257,903 for a 750 milliliters individually numbered decanter. Chocolate and prune notes stand out in the flavor profile, and it concludes with a light smokiness. This whiskey is the first in the Lalique Six Pillars collection, Only 470 decanters were produced. Number 10. The Yamazaki 55-year-old single malt whiskey, $843,661. The Yamazaki single malt Japanese whiskey, aged 55 years, is the most expensive on the list, costing an average of $843,661 per 750 milliliters bottle, excluding tax. The whiskey's oaky tannins are complemented by invitingly sweet and fruity flavors after storage in a Japanese Mizunara oak cask. With just 200 bottles in existence, it is one of the rarest Japanese whiskeys. We hope you enjoyed knowing about the 10 most expensive whiskeys in the world. Let us know your thoughts and personal favorites in the comments below. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. Stay tuned for our next exciting exploration.